Okay, Mickey Finn, thanks very much for talking to us. Did you enjoy yourself tonight?
I loved it. Yeah,
what do you think of Turbulence as a night?
I really like it. I like it up here. You know, I think you can see I kind of played basically quite a lot of different styles in there, and they kind of like all of it. So that makes it really enjoyable, really enjoyable for me because I like playing across the board. You know, so. Yeah, I love coming up to do Turbulence. I mean, I love it up. I love it up here, and especially working for these boys. You know, they always put on a good party. Can't really fault it. You know.
How do you think it compares to different cities, somewhere like London, especially?
Well, I don't know. I don't really dig London, to be quite honest.
Right.
I know I come from the cars in, but I don't know. It's I think it's a bit spoiled.
Right.
You know, you can go out quite a lot in the week, and I don't think they know the difference between a weekend and a weekday.
Sure.
So it ain't like you can come out of London, and maybe a lot of places that I go to, the kind of weekend seems to be what it's for, going out and having fun. And sometimes in London you don't see the difference in like the weekend and the weekday, and I think it can be very cliquey and.
Sure.
I don't miss working in London.
Right, right.
I'd rather work out of London. I've said it for years, and I'll always still most probably say it. I like going abroad a lot more. I like going to places where they basically go out and have a good party, you know?
Yeah. That leads me on to the next one quite nicely. When you play all over the world, is there anywhere that stands out particularly?
Australia,
Canada,
Germany. They're mostly the ones that really jump out at me the best, you know. The people, I'm about people enjoying themselves, basically, you know. I like it when people go and have fun. I don't really dig if people are there for anything other than that, really.
Yeah, sure.
They just spoil it for other people. I'm there with the party goers, you know. I'm there with I'm not really there to people that have got an hidden agenda to be inside the place other than, and all them countries seem to, you know, they're really open-minded, they really go out for the party, and that's what I'm about, really, you know.
Brilliant. We'll get a little bit more specific now. Drum and bass has evolved and developed over the years. You've been in it since the beginning. What do you think the most influential era for drum and bass was as a genre?
It's quite a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think drum and bass coming out of jungle is kind of, it is its own genre.
Yeah.
You know, because it was kind of, I'd say it was mostly bred out of, come after jungle. You know, I don't know. If anything, I'd say, especially the early stuff, I'd say it was more on the harder side.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I can go back to Nico and No U-Turn and the early drum and bass stuff, Trace, and it was kind of almost a bit industrial, like, you know.
Yeah.
Very hard, analogue sounding. I think it's, I don't know, it's an hard question for me. I don't know really what genre of music we'd say influenced drum and bass. I could mostly say what it come off the back of.
What about specific nights? I mean, a lot of people talk about Blue Note and things like that.
Yeah, obviously Goldie's a big part to do with, you know, the Metalheads nights down at the Blue Note, for sure. I'd say Groove, Goldie, you know, that whole very early sound of drum and bass. Was down to, definitely down to them boys down there, really.
Brilliant.
The Blue Note was obviously Metalheads at the Blue Note was one of the kind of the mothership of it all, you know.
Yeah, sure. You're one of the original pioneers of jump up D&B. How did people react to the first jump up tunes at the time, considering a lot of the stuff then was quite dark and moody?
I don't know. I kind of, to be brutally honest, when the kind of whole transition of jungle going into drum and bass happened, I weren't really feeling some of that stuff, to be quite honest. It's a bit, I like saying, with a bit more funk, a bit more groove, That's where I really liked the kind of the jungle stuff. It was really kind of reggae influenced and hip hop influenced. If anything, I'd say that we just carried on doing what we was doing rather than done something new. You know, we carried on doing what we was doing in 95, 96. I'd say drum and bass mostly kind of really got a foothold 96, 97, maybe something like that. So me and Gavin, who obviously I was working with at the moment, Aphrodite, it weren't. We just didn't think we could donate to it at that point, and I didn't think I could donate to it for quite a while. To be quite honest, everything was very strict, and I just couldn't get my head around it. And I'm really not going to do something that my art's not in.
Sure.
And my art weren't totally in making the music at that time, so obviously we still carried on. The Jungle Brothers remix, for example, I don't know, Badass and stuff like that. We just carried on doing what we had our art in, you know, and what we liked doing. It weren't, I don't think, until it got a bit more groovier, to me anyway, that I thought I could actually donate something now, you know. I liked some of it, but it was all very kind of mechanical, and it's all very regimented, you know, the early stuff for me.
You just mentioned Aphrodite there. You've obviously done a hell of a lot of work together. How did you two first meet?
We met in a record shop. He's told loads of lies, he has. Loads of different stories. Beach in Thailand and here, there and there. We met in a record shop.
Right.
He was playing what turned out to be Some Justice to Ray Keith and someone else in the record shop.
Right.
And they basically, and Ray knows this, didn't give him the time of day. Just basically, it's all right, mate, give him his tape back. And we got talking, and I ended up going and working on it. I put obviously the CC Rogers vocals over the top, and I brought some new breaks in, to the big main break in it, and we just started working from there, really. You know, changed the tune around a little bit, and Some Justice was born.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and we've been working ever since.
You've started a label recently. Could you tell us a little more about Fin People?
Going back to Aphrodite, basically Fin People is just more about just me.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get a yes off of Gavin.
Right.
You know, Urban Takeover, it was both of our decisions, and I just wanted to do a label that was more about me as a DJ as well, really.
Yeah.
As what I play, as how I play. I just didn't want it pigeonholed. I didn't want to release a certain type of drum and bass. I just wanted to release what I like.
Sure.
You know, what I would play.